Well, my dearest honey family, today it is such a privilege for me to speak to you about mastering the details and dominate the game. That is really the era that we are in, and I'm truly excited today to have the topic of speaking to you about clarity on your brand. Now, when we look at our brand, that consistent brand that continuously brings something to the marketplace. Why is this so important? Remember, we did the branding challenge a while ago, and through that, what we wanted to create was a crystal clear understanding in your own mind, first of all, so that you would know exactly who it is that you are attracting. We are now talking about how we project that clarity out to the marketplace. And why is it important? Because I want somebody, when they see me, I want them to know that's exactly where I want to be. I don't want people to join me who think they know what I am representing. And then at the end of the day, maybe it comes and it distracts me to a large extent through who I am, who I'm trying to service, and those kind of things. So the clarity in my branding is super, super important. And I hope through these next couple of slides that I can help you to just slowly chip away on understanding not only the concept of a brand, but how to really create it and then how to lay it out there. We all know that first impressions matter. Now, can I just say to you right now that we live in such a forgiving age, I want to say, because first of all, not only it's still true that first impressions matter, but we have got the opportunity to make a new first impression every single day. Because of the multitude of messaging that are out there, we can get away with our mistakes because we're going to evolve. What we're going to do right now will not be the same that we're going to do in, let's say, 2 years from now. I mean, if you look at anything actually that you do, it has evolved in the past 2 years. It has actually evolved in the past 6 months. So even though we are going to be very aware of our first impressions, we are not going to make that cripple us, being so afraid that we are not putting our message out there. Now, I think what is very important in this first impressions discussion is to not only be very consistent in the message that we put forward, but to be very careful to stay away from controversial topics. And why I'm saying this as being important right now. If I want to build a brand that gives hope for many people, or that is heard by many people, if I want to draw in a vast group of people, I want to make sure that I don't step on toes. So therefore, my decision, and I want you to just think about this, I stay clear about controversial topics. It doesn't mean I don't have an opinion, but it doesn't mean that I need to say that out loud on social media. We somehow have this driving force to just have our say. What we don't realize is that if you have built a social media presence, if you are standing out, you will get the tongue lashing of those people that you wanted to lead. And I don't want to work hard on building my brand and then in the meantime alienating those very same people just because I had an opinion on something which is very important to me, but it might not be relevant to everybody. So decide what you stand for and stand for it gracefully. So with that, I'm not meaning that you cannot have a stand on, let's say, animal abuse or those kind of things. You can still have that stand, but always match and ask yourself, how does this tie in with my brand? Will it alienate people? Will it make people feel comfortable? Because it's important that people not only know that I've got a mind, but they must also know that when they come under my leadership, I will have grace for their mindsets, for their thinking, and for their opinions. And then the last thing on this topic is, if I portray a brand out on social media, does it match my brand on a Monday morning? So do I look very together and organized on social media, but yet when you walk into my office, it's chaos and I never know where your order is? I can't even remember if I did actually place the order. So those kind of things. So make sure that the brand that you portray matches your real life in-person experience as well. Now, remember, social media is all about building a brand, and branding is about creating trust and credibility. Now, like I said, a brand needs to feel very professional and put together. And that is exactly what our honey branding is. Remember, when you now match your brand with it, I want you to always look at the honey brand and say, do I match it? Do I add value or do I take value away? And therefore, it's very important that you go through our branding guidelines and just really remind yourself again about what the guidelines on our branding is about. Because it doesn't matter where you are, whether you're down in the Cape or up in Gauteng, whether you are in a major city center or a small little farm town. When you see the brand, it should always speak the same thing. And that is why we are very focused on helping you to clean up your brand. Therefore, if we see something on social media and it's not really brand or on par with a brand, you will get a message from us guiding you on how to make sure that the branding in your communication is perfect. Now, your branding on the honey side has to be perfect. Your branding on your personal side is a work in progress. I'm not saying that you need to be perfect to match the brand. When we portray the brand in its true colors. But we do know that you are evolving, you are growing, you are building. And what is so very important is to understand that the clarity that we portray in our brand comes through our action. So the more I show up, the more I create, the more I serve, the more I listen, that brand identity gets really shaped in real time. And this is the part that I want to say to you today, why this is so important. Because right now you might say to me, you know what, I'm just really selling a couple of handbags. But you do not know where this brand can take you. I do. Every single leader that are presenting here tonight knows where this business can take you to. And that is why we have put so much effort in it. Because we want to say to you, you don't know what this business can do for you. So when we build our brand with a future in mind that you maybe not currently understand. But through our training and through our motivation and through our guidance and mentorship, we are going to allow you to step into that. So that is why we will consistently speak about branding and why it's so important to create that trust and credibility. When we create clarity in our message, it's not even something you need to think of, because the moment you know exactly who's your audience, you know exactly what's the kind of people you want in your team, you know exactly who they are, what they do, what they look like, because you reflect already the image of the people that you want in your team. When I start to share my message, it becomes a universal honing beacon that actually pulls the people to look to me, to look at me, to search for me. That is ultimately why we are on social media, is to say, hello, I've got something for you. Look at me. Is what you are seeing, does it suit you? Does it make you feel happy? Does it create something in you that you want to build? And then if the answer is yes, then come to me. So we focus on this, on making sure that our message is always clear. And if you're in my vicinity, you know I'm always going to talk about two things. I talk about your honey business, and then I talk to you about your purpose and your vision. And those are the core parts of my brand. Now, that means I will attract people who are looking for fashion, who are looking for an income generator, who are looking for their life's purpose. And now I just want to say again, Just because right now you don't have a crystal clear brand identity for your personal branding, it doesn't mean that you're off track. You're simply still becoming the brand that you are meant to lead. So trust the messy middle. You will see in all of our training, I always say, we plan, we do, and review. And after we have done something and we go to the review process, we plan to next time do it better. So our whole business model, throughout the whole training model, through every interaction in our honey business, is about trusting the messy middle and cleaning up as we go. As you are attracting the right audience, your clean, well-defined brand will not only speak directly to your ideal clients, but it actually cuts through all the other filters and all the people that are not fitting with your value, with your style, and with your offering. And that again is why it's so important. That clarity that the honey brand brings to the presentation, that brings it to your post, that brings it to your social media post, or brings it to your WhatsApp update, it is so distinct. And it immediately picks up another person. A lot of people come to me and say, oh, I didn't know honey is still around. But just because they recognize the brand, they're like, yes, it's not another thing that I now need to figure out. What is it that they say? Our honey brand, I actually said this the other day, our honey brand is a formidable, can I call it a beast? You can't just contend with it because you want to change it. Now, if it is that formidable, if it could stand the test of the past 30 years, if it could grow from season to season, why would we want to change it? Why would I want to use the wrong logo? Why do I want to change the pictures? It is a clear, well-defined brand. And what I want to do is I want people to see me. I want them, if they see honey, like all the lights must go on in their mind, all the happy hearts must flare up in their chest, and they must know, I want to speak to this person. So that is why it's so important to keep the branding so super clear, to make sure that I'm recognized in a split second. They recognize me, they see me, and already there's trust, there's credibility, and they say, I want to speak to that person. And then it is so important to know that clear, clean brand style doesn't matter if it's simple. My dearest honey family, we do not need to create little flowers and little bees and little twinkles and little teas, because our brand is a simple one. And if you go to branding school, if you go and look at what they teach you, the cleaner the brand, the easier it is to understand it. And even when you reinforce that core message throughout all your communication, I mean, what is the key focus? What is the vision of honey? To create opportunities to empower people. Not 72 sentences, very easy. I mean, you hear it once, you hear it twice, and the third time you know it. So the branding is simple, easy, super easy, and it is consistently over time. It builds those muscles which we just spoke about. And even when you start to present your own journey, it adds to your own branding that oomph, that momentum. It's like it pushes you forward. And that is why people come to honey, because it's a formidable brand that has been built over 30 years, that has got so much push, so much recognition, so much drive, that when you take that and you add it to your own personal brand and who you are, you will enhance in this business faster than in another one. You will grow quicker than in another business. It is the brand that pushes you forward. Now, your brand is still worth something, but through experience, and I'm talking about personal experience, it is not easy to build a brand. But when you partner with a brand that is so clean, clear, that has got a history, whose feet are firmly planted on the foundation of the hearts of our country, then you know how easy it is to really grow. And that is what makes me super excited about our honey brand. I think I can go on, and if you've been in any one of my sessions, you know I've got a massive passion for what honey does. And it's because I've seen this brand in action. I know it is real. I know it creates opportunities to empower people. I know, because I've seen it, I've lived it, I've seen it again, I'm still living it, and I know the future of our company is bright.
Let's talk discipline. Discipline starts with you. You cannot discipline others if you yourself are not disciplined. You need to be disciplined at home and in your business, especially if you work from home. People think, oh, I'm going to work from home. I can get up late. I can do what I want. I've got so much time on my hands. That is so. But you have to be disciplined. You have to get up in the morning, get dressed, put your makeup on, make your bed, and be disciplined to go and sit at your desk and work, because that is how you are going to create business, is by having a very well disciplined home business. Working from home is a great idea. I think we all want to work from home. Now, me personally, I have been working from home for 25 years. Yes, I have with Honey for 30 years, but 25 of those years I have worked from home. And yes, I am disciplined. I do get up in the morning because I know I have to. I make my bed, I get dressed, I put my makeup on, ready for work. If you work from home, it's easy to sleep late. Get up and walk around in your pajamas until noon, go look out in the garden and see what's growing, then decide to get dressed and start working. Would you feel like a business owner if you did this? No, I'm sure you wouldn't, because you cannot be professional sitting in your pajamas or maybe walking around the garden and not doing what you should do, because the purpose of working from home, the purpose of this all is to build your business, to be professional, to be seen as a professional. Working from home doesn't mean it's just a little side job. It's not a little side job. You know, many of the people who have businesses from home run multi-million rand businesses from home. So discipline is key here to make sure that you keep that business and you keep it fresh and looking good every single day. And that comes from within. It is very necessary to be disciplined in your own business. Whatever it is you're doing, whatever business you are doing, you have to have those boundaries and that discipline. Your team that you have under you needs to know that you have a professional business. And even if you're working from home, there are rules and boundaries. I think it sets a precedence if you have your people that work under you know that this is the time I can contact my leader. This is the time she'll put orders through. This is what I can do, so that they know the boundaries. And if you set those boundaries early, when they start in your team, then your business will run smoothly. You have a family at home and they must be attended to. You should always discuss with your family first what your honey times are, and if they accept these times and give you the space to do your honey business in this time as agreed with them. It's called respect both ways, respect from you and respect from your family and other people, respecting each other's time as agreed with everybody. This takes away any tension and disagreements within the family home. And that is important. Remember, your family comes first. If you've got a happy family, that's what you want to keep. You want to keep your family happy while you are building your business and earning an extra income or making honey your prime business. So always bear that in mind. You don't want to come home from work and dash in and say, sorry, I can't talk to you. I can't have coffee with you. I've got to do this now. I've got to do that now. And your poor family is standing there looking and saying, what now? Where is mom? Where is dad? We need them right now, because you have broken your own boundaries. So it's a very important factor in your business. You must keep to those things. And I know from years and years and years of experience, it does work. It might be difficult in the beginning, but as you grow and as you get bigger, These things can change, but with the approval and respect of your family or the people that you are living with. So take note of that. It's a very important concept. It's a very important part of making sure that your honey business is successful in a really good way. So when you've got a honey business and you're growing a honey business, you have members in your team that you recruit and you register them and they fall into your team. So what does your team need to know to help you along the way? And this only comes from setting the boundaries, being disciplined and disciplining your team so that they know what your boundaries and your times are. So they need to know what your office hours are. They need to know what day your orders are received from Honey. What day do Honey deliver orders to you? Then the order cycle and payment and cut-off times. It's important that they know that. Obviously, the people that are with you, been with you for a while, they will know that. But when you're recruiting new people into your team, make sure that they know these things, so that they learn these things. It's important to have a smooth running business as a successful business. Also, what day and time is collection times for them to collect from you? That is really a very important point. Because if you had consultants coming anytime during the day or the evening, imagine you're sitting down and having supper with your family, there's a knock on a door, there's a consultant coming to collect, and you didn't know she's arriving. It disrupts your family time, which could cause problems. So if your consultant knows what time they can collect from you in that time, I always tell my consultants, please let me know what time you are coming so that I can have your order ready for you. You don't want a consultant coming to collect from you. And as I said before, now you're scratching in a box to find an order because you haven't unpacked it yet. And that is part of being a professional business person working from home or even part-time. So make sure that that is done properly. And then you've got to talk to them about the returns policy. It's important that they know about returns. And they must include an original invoice. If you don't let your consultants know this is the way we work. When you return something, you need to return the first invoice that you got this order on. It makes your work much more easier and also professional because you've got it. And if your consultants know that this is your requirements, they will respect that and make sure that when they have a return, they will send that invoice back with you. So you don't have to go scratching around looking for an invoice that purports to that specific item that you brought back. And then you're going to also teach them how to place orders. There's nothing more annoying than getting a picture from a consultant with a circle drawn around it, and where they've drawn the circle around, they've scratched out the code of the item. So what happens then, you, the team leader, needs to go and look for that item through a catalog or PDF file or whatever to find out what the code is. So and this is the way I run my business, I want no circles, just codes. Send me the code. Don't send me pictures. It's much easier. So there's a lot of things that all of this forms. This is boundaries you set with your team. This is discipline in your team. And if your team knows that you are disciplined and you have boundaries, they will act accordingly. And I tell you, it makes for wonderful, wonderful, wonderful business, easy business, good business, and nice to know. And the consultants welcome knowing exactly where they stand, what they've got to do, and how they've got to do it to make sure that both your businesses run smoothly. So discipline comes in many forms, in many ways. The way you care for people. So when a consultant comes to collect her orders from you, do you care for her? Do you ask her how she is? How's her family? How's it going? How's her job? Just, a little bit of chit chat, just getting to know her better and finding out how was her day. Always tell her she looks good. You look lovely today, or you smell good. Compliment her, make her feel good, and that will show that you care. And that is a true value that people should have. The way you present yourself. So if you've had a bad day and you've got somebody coming to collect orders or to come and see you, you don't offload your bad day onto them because it's not their fault. I'm sure they don't care. But the way you present yourself makes a huge difference as to people wanting to come to you. For instance, if you've got a grumpy old team leader down the road and one of my consultants says, oh, you need to join. And she says, no, I'm going to join that lady down there. And the consultant says, no, that lady is grumpy. She always moans and shouts and complains. Come and join my team leader. She's nice. She's good to you. She's calm. She's disciplined. She invites you into her house. She always says hello with a big hug. So that is the way people see you. Okay, you need to be seen as approachable, as somebody who cares. And it's easy. It's not difficult to do that. Then the way you run your business. Do you run a chaotic business? Or do you run a smooth business so everything is prepared? When people come to you, they come to you for training, they come to collect their orders, everything is perfectly done, in line, ready for them. They don't have to wait for you. It's all part of discipline. That's all part of the way you care, the way you present yourself, the way people see you, the way you run your business. It's all part of a disciplined structure. And so there are many, many, many more. And it is mainly who you are. Who are you? How do you present yourself? How do people see you? Do people want to be around you? Do people want to be in your team? Make sure that that is who you are, because we are all different. We are all very different characters, very different personalities, but we deal with the same people every day. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the month of April. My name is Madonna Machiridza, and as we are mastering the details and dominating the game, I'm going to take you through the power of focus. So, yeah, we'll discuss about laser focus to lock in, finish strong, and repeat. So, I want you to understand what laser focus is all about, right? So think about a tiger for a minute, a tiger. So a tiger is one of my favorite animals. So think about when a tiger is hunting, it is 100% focused on the hunt, nothing else, 100% focused, right? So it will stalk and stalk and stalk until it's exactly the right moment to strike, right? Sometimes it will sit there and wait for hours before making its move, right? Because it's waiting for the perfect opportunity to make a kill. It's got a plan. This is what we call a laser focus, right? So sometimes they might not win, sometimes they might not kill, but most of the time, hear me, ladies, it will make a kill, right? So laser focus is why tigers have a high kill rate, because when they are hunting, they only focus on one thing. So if you want to be focused in our business, you have to adopt the tiger mindset, the laser focus. So let's talk about the power of success in our business. So we get what we focus on, right? So many people out there, they struggle with focus. Their brain will be scattered all over, and most of them, they've what we call a short attention span, is there are so many things happening around in our lives. You're a mommy, you are an auntie, you are an employee, you are a neighbor, you are a boss, you are a wife, so many factors, and you're going through this and that and that. But unfortunately, life is to go on, business is to go on, regardless of the factors that are surrounding you. So, successful people in everything they do, they are 100% focused, regardless of the circumstances, right? So, let's take a moment to think about a top athlete, like an Olympian, right? Those people are so focused, 100% focused on their sport. They do stuff every day. They wake up in the morning to practice, to exercise, to do their routine. They've got a personal trainer, right? They they invest in themselves, right, to achieve their goals. They take what we call the long-term view. Everything they say, Everything they think and everything they do supports their vision and goals because they are what? Because they are focused. The same thing can happen to our businesses. Successful business owners must treat their babies, which is our businesses, in this instance, our honey business, as a baby. The way we take care of our babies when they are young is the way we should take care of our business. We must be focusing on our business. If we give our businesses 100% focus, especially in the early stages, they will thrive. Remember what I said earlier, we get what we focus on. That is why it's important to focus on what you want. That is why you have to set priorities and keep the main thing the main thing. If you're focusing on so many things, on variety of things, it will be too hard to succeed in any of them. Yeah, I always talk about someone who's doing 3 or 4 or 5 network marketing businesses. You are at Honey, you're doing Honey, you're doing Avon, you're doing Enuka, you're doing Table Charm, you're doing Forever. How are you going to give 100% to Honey? You end up giving 30% of your time to business A, 20% to another business, 10% to another business. And this dilutes your focus. You would be much better off if you've just focused 100% on one business until we thrive, and then you introduce another stream when this one can now run on its own, right? So, on the steps to improve your focus, first of all, you must ask yourself, what is my why? Why did you join this business? Why did I pick Honey Fashion Accessories? Always have your why every day and every time. Number one, decide what you want. What is your goal with your business? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to achieve in terms of sales? 10,000 Rand sales a month. 50,000, is it 50,000 that I want? Is it 100K? Is it 250? Is it 500,000 Rands? Or it's 1 million Rand sales? And why do you want it? Do you want it for your petrol? Do you want it for your kids' lunch boxes? Maybe you want to pay fees, or you just want to pay that extra activity, the tennis, or you want it as your main income so that you buy properties, right? So what do we do to get you focused? You need to have a daily to-do list. This is why you need to get those Honey Daily Planners. We have our branded Honey Daily Planners, which is about 149 Rand. That way, you must write down your daily to-do list. You must identify the critical tasks you must do each and every day, and you then prioritize them accordingly. And you must make sure that you complete all the tasks. Always tick off the boxes. This is why we need these daily planners. So I advise you, ladies, you must invest only 149 Rand and buy yourself and get yourself a copy of our Honey daily planner so that we are able to structure our days, our days. So on number 2, we have to be very consistent and persistent. Doing things daily forms a habit, whether we like it or not. They can turn out to be a good habit or a bad habit. Habits either cause successes or failure, and it can determine your growth or your downfall. So, do you have a habit of posting every day? Posting a motivational or in quotes to your downlines, to your clients? They need all that daily, day in, out, day in, day out. You lose nothing by just motivating someone, right? If you're a sales consultant, your clients need that kind of motivation, right? So, do you have a habit of encouraging people? Do you have a habit of posting consistently and persistently? Oh, today you are posting this, tomorrow you are posting jokes, tomorrow you are posting these memes. Oh my goodness. You must stop that and have a habit of posting your business consistently in a graceful way. You must be very visible, some of the other consultants or leaders, they have a habit of not doing anything at all. And how do you think your business will grow? We need to focus and develop a habit of growing our brand, or else we'll be kicked out of business from those that are consistent. Remember always that the highest focused energy will always win. Also, let's discuss about eliminating distractions. Distractions will always be there. It's very normal to get distractions in our lives. Our phones can even distract us with pop-up notifications while you're busy working. You want to post on social media, on Facebook and on Instagram, then boom, the pop-up notification of this famous influencer or content creator of or this trending news. Then you end up not posting. It's very normal, right? Sometimes I always find myself wanting to do something and end up on this YouTube or channel or doing this. So to avoid this, you need to go work at a quiet place, switch off your notifications to avoid distractions. Tell yourself that I'm going to do this. I don't want any distractions, right? So you must also batch your activities. It's key to batch them. Weekly tasks, your to-do lists, they can be monthly, weekly, feeding into daily, right? So for example, for social media posts, you can find a day where you're working on your content creation, you're working on your content, right? Then you have to schedule your post, because it's difficult for you to do content creation every day. You can only do content creation twice a week, or even once a week. And then maybe you do several different, and then you schedule the posts. The same with YouTube or TikTok. You can do the videos on one day, and then you can schedule them, like post one a day, or one after every 2 days. This will make your life easier, and you will be working so smart. So this one is key. We must be able to track our activities. All right. We must track our performance always. We must check if we have any leads, any response rate, any increase in your followers. Just check for progress. Check for the views on the reels. Check also on the YouTube. And then if you're doing live videos, check the number of people who have joined too. Oh, this is good for performance assessment, right? The last one, you must have a vision board, and you must look at it daily. If you have a vision of 10,000 rands sales, or 1 million rand sales, or 1 million rand sales with your properties on the side, make sure that vision is on the fridge, next to your bed, bath mirror, in your car. And when you visualize it every hour of the day, it will eventually drive your focus. I want you to try it, my dear Hannes, and see where it takes us. Thank you so much for your time.
Good evening, Hannes. My name is V, a team leader from Bloemfontein. My topic for tonight is going to be preparation. I would like to take you through quick and simple steps on how to professionally prepare your day as a businesswoman, or should I say team leader? Yes. Firstly, you need to establish a consistent routine whereby you prioritize sleep. Yes, we all need to get enough rest so that we can function better for the following day. So sleep is a big priority. Secondly, hydrate and fuel. Get that nutritional breakfast, drink a glass of water, and for the coffee lovers, maybe you can have a cup for extra energy to help you focus for the day. Begin your day with a structured routine that sets out a positive tone for the day. I usually open communication in my group, in my team, at around 7:30, sending out motivational quotes with greetings to show that I'm awake and ready to roll. And then plan your day effectively. So create a to-do list, meaning you should pen down everything you need to do on that day. But remember, do not pressurize yourself. Even if your to-do list consists of 3 items for that day, it is fine as long as it gets done and you do it effectively. Prioritize tasks, both personal and professional, meaning you should create balance. You should try to create balance by all means. Don't find yourself neglecting either of the two. Balance is important. Group similar tasks to minimize context switching and improve efficiency. Use technology. For example, set reminders and manage your schedule. Do not find yourself setting a reminder and when your alarm goes on, you switch it off without completing the task, because that will lead to chaos for the day or even for the rest of your week. So try by all means to balance. And then we get into focus and productivity. You need to review and adjust by regularly evaluating your daily plan and making adjustments as needed to optimize your productivity. Then learn to say no. Say no to distractions, say no to negativity, say no to excuses, say no to procrastination, which is a thief of time. Protect your time and energy by declining commitments that do not align with your priorities for the day, for the week, or the whole month. Do anything that align with your priorities. Don't get distracted. Don't lose focus. Practice self-care. Engage in activities that promote relaxation and well-being to maintain energy and motivation. Remember, work hard, but don't forget to play. You need to relax. You need to get your me time, but do not overdo it. Stop procrastinating. We all know that procrastinating is a thief of time. So don't do tomorrow what you can do today. Procrastinating will only lead to a reduced productivity in your business, which means there will be less work that is done, hindering overall business output and progress. Missed opportunities, delayed actions, which leads to missing out on crucial market opportunities as well as new clients or strategic partnership. There is no client that wants to work with an unreliable business person. They will move on the moment the moment you delay and you become unreliable, they will move on to the next shop, to the next person who will service them better, which will damage your reputation. We don't want our reputation to be damaged. We don't want that. So you need to put in effort in everything you do. Because if you fail to deliver on time, if you miss your deadlines, it will lead to stress and anxiety. It delays everything you do. So, in order for you to perform well, you need to get your mindset in order. Mindset is everything. You need a skillful mind and an ability to perform, not miracles. And you cannot say it didn't work when you were not consistent. So, consistency is important. Financial losses, procrastinating. Procrastinating leads to financial losses. Poor customer service relationships, that is caused by procrastinating. Delayed responses, unmet expectation, and poor service can damage a customer relationship and lead to churn. So make sure you keep your customers happy. Put more effort. Remember, the real risk is doing nothing. And the truth is, there are no miracles in terms of business. You need to put in effort. So, honeys, get up, dress up, show up, and never give up. Do your daily preparations properly. Sometimes the only thing holding you back is your mindset. So always remember, discipline leads to habits, habits leads to consistency, consistency leads to growth. Thank you.
Good evening, honeys. My name is Melanie Brains. I am a honey team leader based in East London in the Eastern Cape. I joined Honey Fashion Accessories in the month of September 2007. I love promoting my brand, and I love promoting my brand especially at markets, at bridal fairs, coffee shops, wherever our honey brand will have the best exposure. I am a true honey through and through. What is your honey vision? Why did you start Honey Fashion Accessories? And where are you going with your honey fashion business? Your vision. Where do you see yourself and your business? Do you want to grow your honey business to the next level, to be an elite entrepreneur and then a team leader? Or are you happy to continue as a honey sales consultant because that is what you are wanting to do? Right now, you are a honey sales consultant, so that is your vision. And you may develop further without realizing it the more comfortable you get within your business. But don't stop from growing. Sometimes just a little push is all we need to push us onto the next level. And why did you start your honey fashion business? I know I started my honey fashion business because I love the products. I love the jewelry and the handbags. You may have wanted to start because you need a little bit of extra money for that extra month end, little specials that you want to buy for yourself. Or you may like to do business, and that is what you would like to do because you saw the honey business opportunity and that is why you started. So now again, where are you going? Are you going to keep growing your business or are you going to stay where you are? All I can say is that you need to keep moving forward. You need to keep focusing on your business and keep growing because you don't know how many doors are going to open for you. So as long as you've got a foot in the door, keep that foot there and keep learning and keep growing and keep working on your business as much as you possibly can. Daily habits lead to consistency and consistency leads to business growth. All right. Very important to develop a regular routine. Pick up a daily honey habit that you can manage, that is easy to achieve, and that you feel you can actually achieve every day, and keep working on this. This will then lead to consistency. And of course, then, as we know, consistency leads to growth. If a day comes where maybe you haven't been able to to focus on your daily routine. It's not the end of the world. You'll pick it up the very next day and keep on with your business. But all I can suggest from my experience is when you set yourself a daily honey routine, make it achievable. So that if for some reason you can't do that routine or do that habit or do that daily task for that particular day, you can pick it up that afternoon or the very next day and your business won't suffer. Make it achievable. The more comfortable you get with your daily routine, you can add a bit more on. And of course, then your business grows as your confidence within your business grows. But don't set goals too high. Don't set daily tasks too high that causes you stress. Take it easily one day at a time, day by day, and you will see how easy it becomes to manage that task and how easy it becomes for your business to grow with you as well. Be disciplined in your self-care, and you need to pencil in time for yourself. A healthy you equals a healthy business. If you are not healthy and looking after yourself, your business is going to suffer. And then you're going to feel that you're not achieving your daily tasks that you should be achieving. So take that time out to spend a little bit on yourself, even if it's for 1 hour or 2 hours or an afternoon. Take that time to recharge so that you can come back fresh and refocused for your business. You are not allowed to feel guilty if you are needing to take a bit of time out from your daily routine. It's important so that you can feel refreshed and that you can feel 100% up and ready to keep working on your business. If you're going to work 24/7 every single day on your business, you are going to burn out, and then your business is not going to survive. So you have to have time for business and you have to have time for yourself. Very, very important. And do not feel guilty about doing this for yourself. In closing for my section, I need to be honest with you. There are going to be times when things do not go right in your business. You've set out to plan this amazing function or this incredible meeting, and you've put everything in writing. You've got your run orders, and then for some reason you get to the venue and it's not the venue that you booked. Or it might be you set up a table and you got the size of the table and the size of your stand, and you get there and it's completely opposite. What do? You step back, you reassess the situation, and you relook at it and you make do with what you've got. You have a table, set it up. Doesn't matter if it's not in the exact way that you wanted to set it up, recreate your display. When you get to a venue and maybe it's not quite what you had in mind, work with it. Look at what you can do. Sometimes it might end up even being better than what you thought you could work with. But don't let yourself get angry or burst into tears. Step back, have a look, have a little giggle to yourself and say, right, this is what's happened. I need to sort this out. Where to from now? And I promise when you do something like that and you step back and you look at the humorous side of things, and it really helps you to rechannel and rechange your vision for that particular function. And you will get through it because people have come to see you. You are still there. The venue might have changed or the market setup might have changed, but they still come to see you, and you are the magic. So make sure they see the magic in the best possible way and enjoy your honey business. And I wish you lots of luck in your business. Luck also equals hard work, and the operative word being work, because your business won't work if you are not working. So honeys, have a beautiful, beautiful evening. And the month of March has just ended, and I'm sure that we are going to be happy with our sales. And if not, well, tomorrow is another new day. Thank you so much for spending time with me, and have a beautiful evening then. Bye-bye.
My dearest family, as we wrap up this amazing, powerful lineup of speakers, true leaders that has really made their mark in the honey world, I want to remind you that brand clarity gives you direction, that discipline by design will help you to build your foundation. Laser-like focus will help you to lock in, to finish strong, and to repeat the cycle of success. Being prepared on purpose positions you for breakthroughs that are not by chance, they are by choice. And then through it all, remain quietly confident, because true power doesn't need to shout out. It simply shows up and delivers. So now I want to challenge you to go lead, to build, and to build strong, and to work on your next breakthrough with a purpose. Because everything that we are going to do in the future is going to be about mastering the details and dominating the game.